Yeah, so I was planning to do some more issue triage today, unless you all have topics to talk about.
Sounds good to me.
Why don't we start it? I think we left off last time with this issue here. So package JSON imports or support package JSON imports. I think let's see here. I think there's also a corresponding Dino issue for this. Maybe. I can't find it right now. Anyway, I think this is something we should probably do. It just needs implementation work. Allow users to use a package JSON without needing a separate Dino JSON or JSR JSON. So I think we've discussed this in the past. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's this one here. Seven 750 or 554. Okay, show dirty files is when erroring due to uncommitted changes. So I think this is for when you run just for publish, publish it errors out that there are uncommitted changes, but it doesn't tell you what they are. I think this one's probably not super difficult. I think we should just run git status when we print this message, because it will include what dirty files there are.
Doctor has a
JSR
comment.
website won't open up. Yes, go ahead. I need to
Doctor,
find the chat here.
yeah, Doctor
Pretty
says
sure
that
it does list dirty files.
yep.
Okay, let's try it out. I'm always up for trying things out. Um, Let me try share my terminal. Can you see my terminal? No. Okay. Oh, I see what happened there. Can you now see my screen? Okay. So let's create a JSR JSON. I think all I should have to do is git init and then try to publish. Oh, and I need to add a license. Oh, it does. Fantastic. It does show it. Okay, cool. Okay, back to the issue list. JSR website. So I think this is a problem with blocking users in Iran, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, there's not very much we can do about that right now. Yeah, Iran. Yeah, unfortunately, due to sanctions, there's not a lot we can do there. JSR publish should exclude files by default. Um, okay, so okay, so the suggestion here is that we do not let's see here. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Okay, I think the suggestion here is to not publish, like require the include field, which I think we're not going to do. Which we can do here. Requiring the include field to always be set is okay. Arrow function should be variable. Yeah, actually, why don't we try out whether that is still the case or not? There's a good chance that's fixed. Okay. Oops. Okay, so let's publish this. Oh, right, that's obviously not valid code. I thought that was a comment. I don't know if that's a thing I can do. Um, oh, again. Cool. They're both marked as functions now. Back to the issue list. Okay, so what's next? What's the equivalent of npm link to develop locally? Um, I think this ties in support for um, with support for building the package locally. Let's see here. Tarball. I think we already have an issue for creating part tarballs locally. And the way this would work is that the user would have to build that tarball locally and then just link that built tarball into their other project. Okay. Global import path rewritten incorrectly. I think this is still a bug that needs to be fixed. GitHub Actions failed with weird error for successful publishing. Let's look at this again. Oh, the logs are too old to view. That's unfortunate. Okay, yeah, I think the problem here is that we don't support another dash here. Okay, close that. Um, add only looks for published versions. Let's see if that's still the case. I think that's the case. That we don't let you pull pre-release versions. Yes. Let's leave that open for now. Currently, when using JSR add command to install dependencies with npm, there's no option to include the legacy peer deps flag. This looks like a bug. And we can move that over to the CLI tool. Put more syntax highlighting languages in Markdown. Yeah, I think we still need to support that. I think this is this Dino add, or sorry, not Dino add, the one that I just moved over to the other repo. That's a great first issue if somebody wants to fix that. It's just about passing through the flag from between JSR add and then when it calls npm add under the hood. npm GitHub installs. Yeah, so I think this is again blocked on the tarball builds. Missing explicit type on unexported symbol. So the problem here is that the user says that this should not require a type because it's not public, but it is actually public because thing type is public and thing type as part of its type relies on kthing info. Okay. At module JStock is, oh no, sorry. What's the next one here? I think I skipped over a bunch. Improve packages section. Looking at the packages section, I have no idea what the list of packages do. I have to click each link to read the description. Add a short description for each package. Yeah, I think this is a good first issue. We should display the package description and compatibility info on this page. I think it could look similar to the way it does on the JSR search, if it's going to load. My internet stopped working. Can you all still hear me? Okay, there we go. Yeah, where it shows the description here. Okay. Scope symbol search. Yeah, so this is actually something we want to work on pretty soon. When you go to a specific scope, like at std, have a search here that lets you search through all the different symbols in all the packages here. That is still coming. JSR modify strings inside dynamic imports. Yeah, I think this is still a bug. Documentation of function parameters that utilize destructuring. Yeah, I think this is also still a bug. Leave that open for now. Module JSDoc is not used if not at the top of the file. So you can have like a let me actually demonstrate what this looks like. So you can have a module doc at the top of the file. It looks like this. Is visible, sort of. This module lets you get cookies like this, and then you can have an at module on here, and then it'll show up at the top of the documentation. And if you're looking at like a specific file, it'll show up right here at the top. But that only works if you put the documentation all the way at the top. It does not work if you put it like halfway down the file. So let's see what's happening here. So here, it's not working because of the hashbang in front of it. Yeah, that looks like a bug. It should definitely work after a hashbang. Or sorry, shebang. But it should not work if the module doc is else. Where further down in the file. Documentation page for a package should list entry points in a better way. So looking at SCD testing doc and comparing it to the DinoLand page, the DinoLand page indicates modules much more clearly, with modules listed on the left and their contents on the right. Should the JSR page look like that? Somewhere on the right. Yeah, so I think one thing that is happening here is if you click on I don't know why everything is slow today. On some pages, we have like a sidebar on the right that gives you some more details that you can click through. We don't have that for this all symbols overview page. But I think we do have that if you're like looking at, see on SCD, for example, like if you're looking at a specific page. Anyway, I think that's still a bug. Let's leave that open. Ability to invite an entire organization when it's part of, or have a list of users for each org to be able to quickly invite. Yeah, so I think this is about being able to like invite an entire GitHub org at once rather than individual users. Document how to create a preview of the JS doc. This just needs documentation to be written. JSR add does not install the latest tag even when specified. Okay, this indeed looks like a bug. Not going to go through discussion topics right now. Display a release timeline on the versions page of a package. Oh yeah, this is kind of cool. I think this is a feature we'd want to do eventually. If somebody wants to open a PR for this, absolutely merge it. We already have a the download graph at the top of the versions list, but maybe below that we could have this visualization. Function object is inferred as any. Yeah, that looks like a bug. And let's do like three more, and I think unless you all have other topics to talk about, that's probably it for today. Include package score weights in API response. So this is about the score page here. All of these weights, like these things on the right here, are not included in all of the API responses. The UI has to like knows about them separately. And if you're making third-party UIs for JSR, it'd be nice to show them. So yeah, we should add those to the API. I think that's reasonable. Function class names in example code blocks is clickable links. So when you go to here, for example, I think this is about, yeah, when you like click on a boardable here, it takes you to the page. I think this is a lot of work. It's like making all of these things clickable would be really cool if we could, though. And let's do one more issue. The JSR IO site URL should better reflect the module specifier. Linking into JSR in between packages is a bit finicky because of its obscure URL scheme of package doc module. It would be nice if we could redirect from something like this to something like that. So I think this has gotten better now. Because you don't have to put the end of file names. However, I think we're not going to be able to do this. And the reason for that is because let's imagine you have an export called settings. You wouldn't want that settings URL to redirect to the docs because that's actually the settings page. And the same goes for like the score page or the dependence page or the dependencies page or the versions page or anything like that. So if we were to make those redirect, then we wouldn't be able to ever add any new pages because that would break everyone else who's already relied on those links. Cool. Okay, let's close this as not planned. And I think with that, we're going to conclude today's issue triage here. I think we made quite a bit of progress. We're up to, what issue are we on? 639 is the next one. I think we started at 553 or something like that. So we did like about a page worth. I think in a couple weeks we'll be about done with this. Cool.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah. Thanks all for being here. If you have other questions or comments, feel free to message them. And otherwise, I'll see you all on Discord.
Sounds good. See ya.
See ya.